Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview, this time covering MSI 2025, and my guest at this time is Alvaro of Mad Lions KOI. This time, getting ready to start their journey in the competition, in the playoff phase in said competition. So Alvaro, thank you so much for the opportunity, and I gotta be the first to tell you, welcome to Canada, welcome to MSI. It's the first
Thank you.
appearance for you in this competition. Um, how are you taking in the entire experience so far as you guys now get ready for the games to start?
Mhm. So, I mean, we came to Canada. We went to Toronto to do some bootcamp because we have the overactive media offices, and we have been already used to the how the things are in Canada. I think also the time zone changed because it was the first time that I was traveling outside of Europe. So for now, I think we are really prepared as a team, and now we're preparing in aspects of the game, and yeah, being on the best state possible, physically and mentally, so we can perform.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys have been able to be in this country for a good while and also at the same time prepare yourselves for the journey ahead and whoever it is that you guys will take on in the first match of the playoff phase. Still, that I can also assume that you guys have already been looking at the matches that have been played so far, looking at G2's
Mhm.
performance so far as well. Um, what has been the biggest aspect that you've been kind of looking at in terms of just reading the meta, reading how the other teams have been playing, and just kind of like use that to your advantage?
I mean, I think there is a lot of information that is hidden. Like in scrims, I think it's really important that the teams don't show all their cards, how I say it. So I think in a way, the meta in scrims is a bit different as well from officials. Of course, there is some things that still stay the same as the other patches, but for me, watching official, like I'm just seeing how people perform. I'm seeing more or less that China is like the second region, and I just want to see how good is Korea because we didn't have the chance still to play into them. We will scream soon. So for now, yeah, just practicing and seeing how the meta will evolve because I think during the MSI first rounds is not going to be the same as how it finished because the priorities will be different and each team has its way to to actually draft.
Of course. At the time of the recording, we still have not played the final match of the playing stage, which features V2 and GAM. And, G2, obviously the second other representative from the LEC. I want to ask you sort of like your opinion. How have you viewed G2's performance and how can that kind of like play into where the region stands, in the global map so far in this competition?
I think BLG is a strong team. I think the 3-0 was not something that I was not really like surprised. I think they could have taken some games also from it. Like you could see that G2 almost finished in the first game, the Nexus. I mean, I think, as I said, I think China is really a strong region. But I think, for example, KOI, we can perform into them. And I'm pretty sure of our level if we are able to perform at our peak, at our best. So I think the most important is being able to actually be ready on the moment that is needed so we can perform on our highest. And I think G2, for example, if they are able to now beat GAM, I think they will get some confidence and they will have some days that they can actually train and get even more used to the international event because it's also the first time that the Scuman is playing an international event. And I think it will make their life easier if they get the relief of getting out from playing, like already going to main event.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, now putting the attention back onto yourself and your team. In your current state in Mad Lions Poi, this is your second
Movistar KOI,
international.
but yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
uh, this is your second international appearance. The first one being in Worlds of last year. And so,
Yeah.
like, I want to ask you now that you're back into the international stage. Has there been any difference that you've been, or any changes that you've been made in terms of like just kind of like preparing yourself and also like having a different mindset from compared to back then?
I think for sure. I think we took a lot of knowledge from words, like what was working for us and what actually was the ceiling, like how the gap was. I think, for example, when we were in 2024 in Worlds, the gap was really big and it was really hard to even play the games. But for example, now I think we have grown a lot as a team. The four that we were the last year, and now adding JojoP as well, that he's helping us well a lot. So I think, for example, now we are even way more prepared. And as I said before, I think, I mean, in my opinion, of course, international events are once in a long time, and it's an experience that you actually need to enjoy because you don't get to travel that much during the rest of the year. So I think for example, the one that will become the best is the one that is able to adapt to the situation and is able to enjoy the most from it, and also the one that is able to actually learn the most in these last weeks. So I think from Words, it was a lot of, in a way, frustration because we were not able to actually compete into them. But now, for example, when we are closer to them, we need to actually play more, pay more attention to the details. And yeah, I think mentally is the most important part right now because when two teams are really good and both of them know how to play really well, I think when the team that is most prepared coming to the series with the draft and also coming in a good mental state and rested, I think is the one that will take the trophy home.
No, for sure. I mean, definitely, I've been feeling that kind of a change in mentality and maturity so far in this season. And obviously, it's gotten you to this point in MSI as the first seed in the LEC. You mentioned a little bit about JojoP, and obviously, I want to ask you about him real quick also. How much has the game changed for this team with JojoP's arrival, and given his hype, from his performance in North America. Have you been kind of also like experiencing and feeling like the effect that he has brought to the team?
I think he has a really good knowledge about how to play the game. I think, for example, in our team, the biggest face was Joya because he was our main shot caller.
Mhm.
I don't think shot calling is like really needed in team because if everyone plays for the same and everyone is good, you don't need it. But I think Jojo Pin, for example, he was a person that he was also always bringing new ideas and he was always putting his point of view and explaining what he wants to play for, how he wants to play, if he wants to play faster, slower. But I think the biggest add, I think, is how he plays the silent. I think his biggest talent. I don't know how to say like a biggest his best quality is how he plays on the silent and how much pressure he makes. I think, for example, it's really annoying to play into him, and it's something that, for example, Caps has been doing in Europe for a long time. So I think it's uh, since he has came, like since he has come, he has been a good improvement, and we have been working with him and actually adapting to him, and he has been adapting to us, and it has been really easy to work with him. So also now we are in his hometown. We have been in Toronto where he lives, and now we are like Canada in general, even if it's Vancouver. So I think it will be also hyped and in a funny way, uh, pretty, so he can win a tournament in his own hometown.
A little bit of a side question. Has he been able to show you guys around like Toronto or something, or like
Yeah.
just like eating poutine or something like that?
I mean, I don't remember the brand that we went, but we went to a Korean barbecue that was really good. We went also to other restaurants, and he was like kind of saying, "This place is really good." He was telling us we should go here, and I think the food actually I got really surprised because I think it was yeah, pretty impressive. I would say I don't think there was any place that was like something that I didn't like. I will say if you order food, it doesn't taste that good, but if you actually go to the place and eat on the restaurant or the place that you go, I think the food was insane.
For sure, definitely a good recommendation, or good seeing the stamp of approval from yourself, Alvaro. And one more question before I wrap this one up. If you can kind of define what is the one quality that this team has that puts it over the rest, what do you think that is, and how will that kind of compare to the other teams taking part in this competition?
I think it's hard to find one word exactly because I think I will say we are a really emotional team. I think I will say we are really prepared mentally, but also, I mean, it's a bit of a funny way to express it, no? But I think we double it down when something bad happens. We keep doubling it down. But when something good happens, I think we get the momentum and we are like one of the strongest teams in the tournament. So I think emotionally we are really can be a double sword, and it depends how we actually can use it and how we can improve it. But I will say gameplay wise, I think we are. I mean, I will say we got really smart during this year. I think, for example, before we were playing a bit more on the how, like, how to say it. I mean, the instinct part that was like in Twitter, like a trending topic. I mean, not trending topic, but people were saying about the podcast. I mean, I don't have any issue with that because I think me myself, I am a person that has a really good instinct. So me individually, I will say that's my biggest quality, and also how to find engages. And as a team, I think we are really solid because we are really how to say it equally. I don't know. Like I think everyone is really good on a specific area, and everyone together combined, we are like a really good this.
Yeah. No, I mean, really do appreciate the insight you provided for, this team and also for yourself, Álvaro. Really do appreciate that. And of course,
Thank you so
hopefully
much.
you guys can start off this competition on the right foot. And yeah, thank you so much, Álvaro, and best of luck in the journey ahead.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.